Like,
rocks in
Rock
my
City
loins.
Boy, 2 rocks in my loins.
2 rocks in my
Wait, what? 2 rocks in my loins?
Yeah.
loins. Something
running
with
for
extra
something.
cheese.
Ecstasy with extra cheese.
Ecstasy with extra cheese.
But, wait, okay, so it's not a meal, but you wouldn't snack on it,
Yes.
but it's not dessert.
Yes.
What the f is it? Alright, welcome back to Leave Your Brain at the Door podcast. I'm your host for this week, finally, Alan. Joining me once again, as always,
50-50.
I did win the 50. Joining as always, Gretchen and John.
Hi.
Hi. John, you are just lounging. You having a
Yeah.
good time?
I'm chilling, yeah.
Double lounging. Okay, now I feel like I feel like I'm being out
There's a
lounged.
lever
I'm
on
the
that
one.
chair.
Oh, we lounging, baby.
And now you'll stop rocking Cecil as much, and maybe he'll stay longer.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how long you can tolerate me. Anywho, this week I have prepared, honestly, just very silly, small little game that mainly comes from my selfish curiosity of me realizing, man, I don't know a whole lot about my friends sometimes. And whether that's a failure of me or a failure of just we're always doing things together and not talking much about ourselves. Oh, Cecil, are you leaving me?
Cecil, come here.
How could you leave me like this? Oh, he's unfamiliar with the chair extended.
Come here.
He's confused.
You,
He's like, he found a way.
he waited till the camera was rolling to disappoint you.
Yes.
He really did. He what?
Yes, stage right.
Oh, poor guy. Anywho, but yeah, whether that's a failure of me or otherwise, I decided I want to know more about you guys and to see a little bit about how much you guys know each other. So I have prepared some questions about yourselves.
I have test anxiety.
This is not. This is not a test. There's no failing.
Oh, it's a test, alright.
And it's not about me, it's about each other. So you guys are I'm curious to see
I
how
don't
much
care.
you
I
guys
still have test anxiety.
You're just answering questions about what you think you know about your brother. It's not that big of a deal.
If you get them wrong, I'll hate you forever.
Now it's a big deal. But they are just very honestly the most boring questions because I didn't want it to feel like a job interview. I didn't want to be like, what is your greatest weakness? What is like that? I didn't want to do that to you guys, so I just figured I'd pick some of the generic stuff. And also I think there can be some good discussion about it too, because to be honest, I thought about some of these questions for myself, and I feel like for you guys, and it's some of them I'm like, oh, fairly obvious answer. I'm pretty sure I can tell what their answer is going to be. But some of them I'm like, no, I genuinely don't know. Like that's difficult because it's hard to pick out. Like, you know, so for example, when someone asks you what your favorite song is, it's often like, oh yeah, my favorite song right now is. But like, if you have to be like, okay, but what's your favorite song like ever? And it's hard not to be recency biased towards like something that came out more recently that you're a really big fan of, as opposed to something like that I listen to a lot. Like I listened to a lot of rock and roll in when I was a younger kid. And I still enjoy that, but I don't listen to a lot of it these days, mainly because I'm listening to game OSTs and stuff. But it'd be really hard for me to pick it out. So I figured it'd be fun, and if you want to get up on a soapbox and talk about your favorite XYZ thing, go right ahead when you feel the opportunity to. I will not stop you. Alright, well, are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, first category. What is each other's favorite music genre? I will give you some time to think about what your favorite is first, so you can solidify that in your head if you need to decide.
My favorite is.
Right, see, this is what I meant by it's like, I thought about it and I was like, wait, but what is my favorite? Because I genuinely, honestly, it's hard. I'm glad I'm being the host this episode, because if this was somebody doing it to me, I'd be like, I'd have to think about it for a good minute. So let me know when you feel you've acquired your answer.
I think I have my answer.
Like my answer for me?
Yeah.
Your answer for you.
The first section is giving you time to decide for yourself what your answer is, and then you have decided on your answers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have a guess prepared for your sibling?
Yes.
I feel like we're the same.
Well, we're about to find out.
I might change my answer then.
wait. Okay, no, we
That's
can't be
not fair.
metagaming
That's
this.
not fair.
We can't be metagaming this.
Not my answer for me, but my answer for you. Based off of what you just said. But I won't, because my answer for you is meaningful.
Meaningful.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Do either of you want to go first?
I'll go first.
John is going first.
Alright, I think your favorite genre of music is sort of like video game OST, kind of like, not like classical, but like kind of that vibe.
I was not. That's a very interesting guess, because I was thinking more like very generic, like pop versus rock versus.
And then based on what you said, I was going to
K-pop.
change my answer to J-pop.
That's what I was gonna say.
Which I guess
For me
also
and
gives
you.
away what I was going to say. But I want to explain why I chose. Yes, why I chose J-pop as my main. Not
Okay.
necessarily because I like it more or less than other genres, but because it's just like the default that I listen to, and I
Mhm.
listen to it way more than any other genre.
I'd say that kind of just classifies as your favorite, yeah. So Gretchen, yours was also J-pop then? Alright. I don't know how to decide those points because, I mean, technically Gretchen was just right.
Technically, I was wrong and then changed my answer.
Yeah.
And then got it right.
I don't know. Gretchen? I could just decide yes or
Yeah,
no.
you could just decide because you're
This is why he never hosts.
the host.
I feel like, you know what? I'm deciding there was too much metagaming behind. I'm going to change my answer. So Gretchen gets a point.
Fair enough.
So, Gretchen, you've been awarded 1 point.
I mean, he wasn't far off. It was one of the. I do listen to probably almost equally J-pop and instrumental music, I'll call it. But the genres within the
You know what?
instrumental music are like very.
I'm
spread
giving
out.
John a half point.
Half point.
Sometimes
We'll
it's
give him a
lo-fi,
half point.
sometimes it's intense classical music, sometimes it's the Doom soundtrack.
The Doom soundtrack, let's go. Yeah. I'd say it's genres can
It
be very
depends on my
situational.
mood.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to listen to any music at all.
You want to sit with your thoughts?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say I like never want to do that.
Sometimes music isn't enough of a distraction. I mean, so I need something with other people saying words.
Oh, you need a podcast. You need a harder drug. I see.
Because if I listen to music, sometimes my thoughts are still very loud over the music, even if it has words.
Okay.
And so I'm really bad with multiple conversations going on at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Like yesterday, Stevie and I were watching anime in this room,
Mm-hmm.
and then Van was having a conversation on the phone in the kitchen, but I could hear him enough to where even though we were watching anime in Japanese and I was reading the subtitles,
Yeah.
I was struggling.
No, I understand.
I had to work so hard to tune him out so that I could read the subtitles.
Uh-huh.
So, like, sometimes to cancel out my thoughts that are very loud, I need other people speaking words in my ear, like a podcast or an audiobook. Like, that's more powerful than music is.
Yeah. And then similarly, it's
If
also
I'm not feeling a certain genre in that moment.
similarly, I use it almost in the reverse fashion of like I like to listen to podcasts for information, but if I have to be focusing and doing work, I can't do that because it's too distracting from accomplishing something. So then sometimes music can be an okay substitute.
Yeah, luckily my working doesn't involve a whole lot of writing separate words.
Mm-hmm.
So the words I'm listening to don't interfere with the writing or typing of the words.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to do that, then I'd be listening to music instead of podcasts because I just start typing what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to do that.
Yeah. Definitely been there before. Any funny I guess you already explained your J-pop.
Sometimes I just don't know what genre a song fits into.
That is true. Like, it's hard to assign a genre to, like, John's guess of, like, game OSTs. It's like, yeah, game OSTs kind of encompass a lot of different stuff, and sometimes it doesn't even feel like they fall into any pre-existing genre.
Yeah.
Like, there's game OSTs where I'm like, is this electronic? Rock?
Also, with,
Classical?
like, with J-pop, it's like, oh yeah, you could say it's J-pop because it's popular Japanese music. That doesn't mean, like, anything, really.
Right. I was gonna say, it's like, the concept of, like, pop, American pop versus, like, our interpretation of J-pop can be, like, very different, and even it's hard too, because, like, you might get disagreements with people over, like, what constitutes J-pop or rock, or because I mean some people will talk about rock and roll, for example, and stuff that you would not consider rock and roll, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's rock, or some people would say that's not rock if it's not, like, heavy metal, basically, right? There's very definitely different variations of it.
Yeah, I remember one time I was listening to some anime OSTs, like, out loud at home while I was doing something, and, like, my dad came into the room, and it was a particular OST from Fairy Tail that had, like, some electric guitar in it, and he was like, he listened for a moment, and then he goes, I didn't know you were into heavy metal. And
Heavy metal?
I'm like, heavy metal? I don't think this is heavy metal.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't classify... I mean, I don't listen to all of Fairy Tail's OST, so I can't say I know it all or the specific song you're thinking about, but I do know the main theme, and that is...
It wasn't the main theme.
Okay.
It was, like, Gray's theme or something.
Okay, that makes a little more sense leaning towards metal, but...
I mean, like, yeah, sure, it's got, like, driving, like, the
Right.
main thing is the electric guitar, but I
but
personally wouldn't count it as heavy metal.
Yeah, well, because even within heavy metal, there's, like, the distinction between what's generically called heavy metal versus, like, what some people might call more specifically, like, screamo or something, right?
Yeah.
That's what I typically associate with, like, heavy metal, right?
Yeah.
But also, that's an extreme version of heavy metal, and there's probably lighter versions that exist that still fall under the heavy metal category.
Yeah.
It could be, like, really, really, really vanilla metal.
Okay.
Or just metal instead of heavy metal. But the fact that he was like, wow, I didn't know you listened to metal. Like, this is just an anime OST.
Yeah.
But we all know the best, I guess it's not an OST technically, or do you consider openings and endings to be OST?
No.
Yeah.
They're usually
So,
included
they're
in OST collections.
They are, but they're also
They're like kind
usually
of
just like...
Sometimes you'll play them in the middle of an episode, though. So
There's
it
also
could be-
there's just a lot of them that are literally not original soundtracks. Like
Yeah.
they literally for Edge Runners, that's literally a song that has existed for decades, or at least a decade. It's like a fairly old song. But yeah, like sometimes they're just straight up ripped songs like from stuff. And like JoJo, the ending theme, Roundabout. Yep, that was before JoJo. But yeah.
But anyways, the best song to come out of Fairy Tail is definitely Rock City Boy.
Rock City Boy, I've not heard this. You're gonna have to play this for me sometime.
Like half English, half Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big fan of those.
Just like
Rock City
really
Boy.
silly words.
Two
Like
rocks in
oh,
my
Rock
loins.
City Boy, 2 rocks in my loins.
2 rocks in my
Wait, what? 2 rocks in my loins?
Yeah.
loins. Something
running
with
for
extra
something.
cheese.
Ecstasy with extra cheese.
Ecstasy with extra cheese.
Running for something. President, mayor, save it for later.
Okay.
Rock City Boy.
Just a man with a man with a man. Just a man with a plan to make pretty noise.
I'm writing this down later
It's a
so I
very
can
funny
listen to
song.
this.
It's great.
And then he ends the song saying in Japanese, "You don't know what I'm saying, do you?"
You said it's Rock City Noise?
Rock City Boy.
Rock City Boy. Boy Fairy Tale OST. That's hilarious.
Is it
Okay.
an ending song?
It's either an opening or an ending.
I'll find it.
I think it's an opening.
I'm sure if I search Rock City Boy, Fairy Tale,
Yeah.
it'll come up, regardless of what it is.
It just keeps randomly popping up in my like YouTube autoplays. When I hadn't listened to it for like years, and then when I was driving back from Carlsbad, it came up, and I was like, Rock City. It's like I would call it like tame rock.
Uh-huh.
That would be its genre. But
Yeah.
it's very good. It's very
Okay,
fun.
okay. Well, I'm always up for rock, so of pretty much any kind. All right. I feel like we've sufficiently talked about the music section, so I'm gonna jump instead because I was gonna say artist, but too adjacent. We can come back to that later. Also, I feel like I know the answer.
I don't think you do know the answer.
I'm probably wrong. I might be wrong. I considered the possibility that I would be wrong because I again, this is part of why I want to do it because I'm like, I don't know any of these for certain. I have decent guesses, but I do not know any of these for certain. All right, so we're gonna throw it to favorite book. This is one that I also was just like, I don't have an answer because I haven't read a book in like a decade.
Yeah, I have my answer. I've actually been asked this question before.
Okay.
Yeah, for school.
You have your answer for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Gretchen, do you have your answer for yourself?
I think so.
You think so? Do you need a second to think about it?
I would need an eternity to think about it. I'm really bad at deciding my favorites of things, okay?
Well, just pick one for now. You don't-
I've picked one
Okay.
for myself.
All right. Do you have ones picked for each other?
I have a silly answer picked for Gretchen.
A silly answer. Okay.
Does it have to be it's one singular? What if that one singular is like a whole series or
Well, shit.
of
Favorite
of-
book slash book
of
series.
3 or more books? Okay.
We'll allow a selection of series, because that it's kind of hard to institute picking
I
out
might change my answer.
one from a particular.
Don't
series.
let what I just asked change your answer.
What? No, that is totally valid reason to change your answer. What? That is entirely valid. John, you feel free to change your answer based off of
Don't
that.
you dare.
That's not metagaming. That's just like
I'm gonna stick to my answer because I think it's funny.
okay. Oh wait. Guess for her.
Yeah, my guess for her.
Oh.
My answer for me stayed the same.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I think
Gretchen,
your favorite book.
Wait.
I'm going. Oh, unless.
you went first last time.
Okay.
Let her go first.
I was just assuming you weren't gonna tell me either one of us to go.
No,
first.
take turns. I just didn't want to know who to start off. Gretchen, begin. Your guess.
I think your favorite book is The Silmarillion.
Yeah, she's right.
All right, for those
It's
who
either
don't
that
know.
or Throne of Glass. For a second
He's
option.
joining
Just because I
me.
hear you talk about it the most.
Yeah, I consider Throne of Glass, but like, no, I'm too loyal to Tolkien.
All right, for those who don't know, would you like to? Because some people might not know immediately what the Silmarillion is.
Right, the Silmarillion. That's.
Yeah, I know you guys are very familiar, but like this is not necessarily common knowledge. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people do know, but
The Silmarillion, one of probably Tolkien's. No, definitely not his least known book, but like of his, like commonly known books, his least commonly known book, I would say.
mhm.
Because he's a bunch of like lost tales and this stuff over here and blah blah blah. Children of Hurin and all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
But the Silmarillion is basically just a history book for the world of Middle Earth, and it's written from like the perspective of someone who isn't like 100% sure if this is what happened.
Oh, that's really cool.
He's always like, it is said that so and so did so and so, and I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Wait, that's actually
But
really
like,
cool.
obviously, he created the world, so everything is like accurate.
Uh-huh.
But it's, yeah. It's
But
like,
the way
and
it's
no
told
one
is
knows what happened to so and so after this day, and stuff like that.
That's really cool. I didn't know
And
that.
It definitely, it's like, my copy is like a 250-page book or something. It definitely took me longer to read than the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Uh-huh.
It's just like long words, beautiful details, just small font, not like tiny
When
font.
I
but
started reading it, I had to make a couple of flowcharts for myself.
Oh my goodness.
keep
You
track
know
of,
it's
like,
crazy when you gotta make flowcharts.
So-
To keep track of like I wouldn't call them the pantheon. Is pantheon a good word for them?
Yeah, they're a pantheon.
Yeah. And like the people serving them and like their multiple names, because of course like they have their names in all the different languages, or like to these people they're known as this, and these people they're known as this, and so I had to like main name and then like their other names or nicknames or
Mhm.
like epithets, and then like the people serving them and like who their spouse is. I had like all their names written on a page and then
Holy cow.
the arrows to each.
Holy cow! Okay.
And then my mom, while I was in the middle of reading it, decides I'm gonna read it now. To be fair, I had been taking a break from reading it, but she's like, yoink, takes the book I was using, takes my notes out of it.
Oh!
Takes my bookmark out of it. Reads the whole thing. And it's like, here you go. I'm done with it now. And I'm like, cool. I don't remember what page I was on, so I'm starting over from the beginning now.
Okay, that is actually diabolical stuff. No offense to your mom, but taking someone's bookmark out as you read it from them and confiscate it from them is diabolical without keeping in mind and writing down somewhere what page the bookmark was at. That's diabolical.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you could have found it, yes, but it would have just been annoying.
I would have had to guess. I don't remember the exact page.
Yeah, it would have just been them. That's unfortunate. Yeah. All right, John.
All right.
Your guess for her?
We're going to I don't know if this is actually correct, but I thought of it and it was funny. Yeah, I think your favorite book is Dragonology.
Dragonology. Well, Gretchen?
I think it's an important childhood book for you.
It's a foundational piece of literature for me. However,
If I were to give a real answer, I'd say something Warriors.
No.
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the
Would you like to expand upon what this Dragonology is?
You want me to go get it?
I'm unfamiliar if you would like to, or you could explain.
Should I go get it?
Go ahead.
I want to go get it.
Cecil's back, but he's too dead back. He's looking away from me. Oh, he's looking towards Gretchen now.
He thinks that when you go up, he's gonna think, oh, I can go to her room now.
Yeah.
He's gonna.
He is. His eyes
he
are
prepping already?
glued on Gretchen.
He's already prepping to leave us.
He's like, auto lock has been enabled. His head is just following her.
Bro installed the hacks. He's locked on. Oh, yep, there he goes. He hears the stairs, and there he goes. Gretchen has returned to
Gretchen's returned to
Dragonology.
Dragonology.
That
This
is Dragonology. That's a big book.
Yeah.
Like
When I
it's
was
just
in
physically
elementary
large.
school, one of my friends got the first one, Egyptology, and it was gold instead of red, like metallic gold, and because everyone goes through an ancient Egypt phase, you know.
Yeah.
Ours was in elementary school, and I was like, "Whoa, that book is so cool! I want that book. I need that book." And so I think I just was relentless in my begging to my parents. And they're like, okay, fine, but we couldn't find that one, so we found this one. And I love dragons. I'm obsessed with dragons, and it might be this book's fault. Or it might just be that this helped to feed my obsession with dragons. Because it's written like this was some like official dragonologists like
oh, that's cool, yeah.
like field book
Right.
or something. So it's got like maps with like the different species of dragons and their locations.
Oh, like if they lived in
And
our
then
world.
kind of like a like an identification book and like supposedly real samples of like
Oh, dragon scale. Okay.
and stuff like that, and then like, you know, the biology of a dragon
Oh, okay.
with different diagrams.
I love
And
when
like
people
this
do
is how they create their fire. They have a little spark pouch.
Oh.
Um
I actually love it
and
when.
then like here the stages of
Oh.
development. You just flip that over and like, whoa, this
Okay.
is an embryo, and then at this stage it's a little guy, and then at this stage it's a bigger little guy, and then it hatches.
Uh huh.
And there's a difference between the male and the female. And there's the language and the, like myths and definitely true tales about dragon encounters. And here's a example like record book, their footprints, like basically like field guide to dragons. They like riddles, so they have some examples of dragon riddles. Here's
See,
some dragon dust. I don't remember what that is.
you say Lord of the Rings is your favorite book, but I think I'm right.
I think we'll award another half point.
Everything up to a full point.
John has made his way up to a full point. Gretchen is sitting at 2.
Lord of the Rings is the most life-changing.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. That's Dragonology.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually
And
pretty
they made a
cool.
board game, which she
Yeah.
also has.
Oh!
Yeah, I have the board game too. I've been wanting to make a D&D character who's a dragonologist, and I just have this book with me and be like, according to page 56, dragons can blah 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 blah, and just spout misinformation.
Completely
But-
ruined the DM's lore building.
But thinking that I'm true and accurate.
Oh man, I already have to deal with
Oh
freaking
man.
Isaac. Now I gotta deal with whatever this is.
Alright. Well.
I want to continue that campaign, but Jackson's MIA indefinitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Man, D&D's hard.
Yeah, I miss being Isabel.
I do kind of miss being
I like Isabel
And I don't want to be like, hey Jackson, is it okay if we continue without you? Because he'll
Yeah,
be
but
like
it
pressured to
feels
say
pretty
yes.
fucked up. Yeah.
And then if he says no, it's like, oh well, that's fine with me, but then he'll feel bad, and it's like,
Mhm. Yeah. No, that's just a feels bad man. That's a adult gaming moment.
yeah.
Feels bad man. Alright. Well, let's do something a little different. Favorite food. Give you a second to
I don't
decide.
know what my favorite food is.
No desserts. Don't count. That's a separate category.
Why do
But,
I know
you know,
what my
let's-
favorite
let's-
dessert is
let's-
more than I know what my favorite
Let's
food
let's
is?
well, let's narrow it to like a certified like meal, like a sandwich or like a burger or like something that you would consider a meal, not like snacks, like crackers or something, right? Like
Not like a
Oh.
concept.
like something that you would that would constitute an actual meal, and like which is a little bit weird because obviously cereal is kind of like a meal, but also some people snack on it and stuff. So, but things that you would prototypically think of as a meal. We're getting some deep thought about this. I like it. I like it.
Meal disqualifies.
My favorite
whatever.
food is only
Actually,
part of a meal. I can't think of a whole meal that's my favorite.
Well, then, like, can you think of a complete set involving that favorite part?
It's so versatile.
It's so versatile. Interesting.
What if my answer is like debatably a whole meal?
This is interesting that you guys are like struggling to figure out your favorite meal. I know
There's
off the
so much
top of
good
my head.
food.
No, okay, that is true, but I know off the
Oh,
top
wait,
of my
just
head
not
my
good
top like
enough.
4 favorite foods I've had, or favorite meals.
What if it's a whole smorgasbord that
Smorgasbord.
ends up being a meal, one meal?
Well, it just makes it really hard to guess it, which I feel is a little unfair.
I feel like it's pretty easy to guess if you know me.
Gretchen, you realize there is a difference between knowing someone and knowing what their favorite food is, right?
I think I know what Gretchen would say without the restraints that are being bound upon us.
You'll have your snack categories and etc. later.
But I wouldn't snack on this.
Oh my god.
I would
Okay.
eat it as a meal.
But wait, okay, so it's not a meal, but you wouldn't snack on it.
Yes.
But it's not dessert.
Yes.
What the fuck is it?
Well, if I tell you,
Well, okay,
no,
don't tell me yet. But like, I'm so confused. Okay, Gretchen, have you decided?
I can dumb down my answer to fit your stupid rules.
I didn't realize there were things outside of dessert, meal, and snack. To be honest with you.
It is meal,
And
but it's
restaurant.
meal for it's meal because it's for me. I put the me in this meal.
Okay. Gretchen, the decision hasn't been made. No. Come on, Gretchen, you got this.
Asking Gretchen to make a food decision is like asking you to make a decision. And what is the king's decision?
You forfeit at least half of your ability to get a point if you can't, like, fit it within the constraints.
I think it fits in the constraints.
I'll decide. That- I am the host. I will be the decider on that.
Alright.
Alright, do you have your guesses for each other?
Yeah.
Alright, John, this time you're up.
I'm gonna say your favorite meal is something like a burger and fries.
A burger and the fries.
That's what I was trying to decide between.
The burger or fries? Or
No, burger, fries, and what I actually chose.
Another half point for John, at least. Well, we'll see. Okay.
But I was just gonna say French fries, but then you're like, it has to be a meal, and I can't just have French fries as a meal.
I knew
French
you were
fries are
going
like
to
a
say French
snack.
fries.
Okay, that's interesting. I would fit that into like a snack category, because like it's
and
not
I'm
a meal
like,
by
anything
itself.
goes with French fries.
Anything?
Yeah, I'm kind of with her on this. It's just potatoes.
I mean, I guess.
I see
It's like, I don't know, like, but like.
that was very
he just.
Cecil. Oh, we scared him away with our laughs.
Oh.
Cecil, come back.
He just put his hands
That
up.
was so like, I want to say like cinematic or something. Just
It was beautiful. It was meme worthy.
so pointed.
It's not that they don't go with things so much as like not things you would typically associate. Like you could have French fries with anything, but you could have mashed potatoes with everything.
Yeah.
You could have
Exactly.
you could have anything with anything technically.
The
You could
potato
have
is
cereal.
very versatile.
I feel like French fries go with
I mean, again, like I'm not entirely disagreeing with you,
I'm
but
dying
like
on this hill.
only in the definition, only under the definition of like, well, kind of a lot of things go with anything. It's particularly things that are more side dishes than like main courses. Typically go with like a lot of things. Like rice goes with damn near everything.
Yeah,
Well,
but I
anywho.
didn't say rice. I said French fries. But
Yeah,
that's
so
not
you
what
said-
that's not what I
You
ended
said
up
okay.
choosing
So
because of
sorry,
your
you
stupid
chose
rules.
French fries. Is my
No.
understanding. What did you?
No,
You
my
chose
actual
French fries and a
answer has
burger.
not been said yet.
She
Okay.
would have chosen.
Right. She would have chosen French fries. Okay.
Not for the rules of this
And
game.
Gretchen, your guess. That's the
Which I
challenge.
would have guessed, by the way.
Wait, what? If
I
it-
would have guessed French fries, but I had to
Okay.
conform my guess to your
We'll give
guess
you
as
at least
well.
half a point once we hear her answer.
Pizza
Mm.
with pepperoni and sausage.
Very
So how
specific.
come you never order pizza with pepperoni and sausage?
No, that's
She
what I'm
hates
guessing
you.
for you.
Oh, that's what you're guessing for me.
Yeah, she's guessing.
Come on, Cecil.
You know, I was actually going to say pizza, but
Oh, but
But
the twist.
I don't think it is pizza. My answer, again conforming to Alan's rules, is a burger and fries. Because now this might be controversial. I think a burger and fries is actually more versatile than a pizza. For my tastes, at least. Do you want to guess what my answer would have been for not the rules of this game?
Hot dog
No.
with lots of cheese.
I feel like that would have been a perfectly acceptable answer. No, my real guess would have been chili cheese fries.
That would have been your favorite. You guys love your fries.
They're good, man.
I mean,
like
they are
the
good.
taste.
I just like I don't
It's
think
in
of them
my
like as
DNA, okay? I can't help it. One side is from the United Kingdom, the other side is from Western Eastern Europe. We love our potatoes.
I'm not familiar enough with cultures outside the U.S. to know. I do like my potatoes and I do like fries, but it's interesting because like I like fries. I just wouldn't think of them immediately as like my favorite. Like I have other stuff that like goes together. Like I suppose one thing I can agree on is like my favorite generic thing that it's not really a meal, but it kind of goes with everything is rice. I love rice. Half Asian in me speaking, but like that is just not what I would think of. What I think of is like something that goes with rice that creates a full meal with the rice, off the top of my head. But I mean, hey, okay. So deciding point allocation here.
No, my actual answer.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
I have
your
said my
actual
answer for myself in Korean barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
okay.
I should have thought of that.
I was gonna say, because the thing was, I was kind of having another category for favorite restaurant, but because I guess you can make Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
You can. It's just.
Yeah, I've done it myself. On that oven over there.
Is it still your favorite when you make it yourself?
Yep. I just haven't in a while because it's a little bit expensive.
All right, we'll give.
Do you see why I was gonna say my original answer like could be a meal? Because like chili cheese fries is kind of, it's more than just fries.
Yes and no.
And when you get it at Tomboy's, you get like a huge portion of it.
Yeah, it is. It's just like no one would, no. Well, I shouldn't say no one, but like most people would not be like, "Yep, chili cheese fries. That's a great full meal, and I'm definitely not gonna come back for more food to snack on later."
Well, yeah, I mean, I usually get it with like a hamburger.
That's my point. Is if you wouldn't just get it by itself as a meal, I wouldn't consider it a meal. Outside of a drink, like if you need water, right? Obviously, like whatever, right?
But there is this place that I got on DoorDash. I don't remember the name, so I couldn't say it if I wanted to.
Okay.
Where you could get like all sorts of stuff on it. Like I got these like chili cheese fries, and also
It'd be
there's like chicken on top of it.
So it's like chili cheese fries nachos.
Why is
Well,
it nachos?
Because like you can get there's
It's like
nacho
an
variants that you put a
unhealthy
bunch of other
salad.
stuff on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also unhealthy salad. Yeah.
And so it's like that was a full meal,
Mhm.
aside from vegetables,
Yeah.
because you know.
It's weird. It's weird because it's like, you know what they would be considered? It doesn't fall into any of the categories I mentioned.
French fries.
Appetizer.
Oh yeah, appetizer.
It's not a full meal,
But
but
I
it's
feel
not
like-
exactly a snack.
I feel like appetizers are just small full meals.
They kind of are. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Like at Islands, you can just order chicken tenders as an appetizer. I'm like that.
Well, yeah. The weird thing about appetizers, particularly at restaurants, is that like they're meant for a group. So like,
Okay.
if you eat them all yourself, it's basically a meal. But it's meant to be shared amongst a group, so it's
Sometimes
not a
they
meal.
cost just as much as a whole entree for
Yeah.
yourself too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
You hanging out, Cecil?
Singing
You
out.
enjoy
What I've learned from
yourself?
this episode is that he loves this chair more than he loves you guys. Sorry,
Yeah, the chair's his favorite.
because I thought he
think
hates
it's
me,
'cause
but
the texture is nice and cool.
makes sense. It's also a lot easier to lounge on as opposed to that. All right, so I'm awarding. I'm awarding at least half a point to John because he would have guessed correctly, given the like French fries in general. And then Gretchen guessed pizza,
Yeah, which is wrong.
which was wrong. Yeah, there's not really any saving that. No caveats there. So John just gets half a point. All right, John's
I'm
slowly
only half
making
a
his
point
way back.
behind.
He's making his way back, baby.
Slow and steady wins the podcast.
He's up to 1.5. So Gretchen at 2, John at 1.5. Beautiful stuff. You'll love to see a tight race. All right. You know, before I forget about it, favorite voice actor. I'm feeling that you guys will know each
Oh.
other's voice actor
Gretchen
slash
knows
actress.
mine. Do I know Gretchen's?
You should.
I should, but the names float around and they mix up and then they go away.
See, now you understand how I feel.
Now I'm
now you
doubting
get
myself. Now
See,
I'm doubting
now-
myself. Hold on, I'm doubting myself.
I have a guess for it, but I don't know.
No,
if
I
it's
don't.
True.
I'm stuck between two, and I don't remember the other one's
All right,
like
let's
name.
focus in. Choose for yourself first.
I
Oh,
don't.
no,
I don't
mine-
even need
Yours
a
is decided, John?
second to
Yeah.
think for myself.
Okay, we'll give Gretchen a second to think.
No, I don't. I just
No.
said I
Said I
don't,
don't need
need
a
a
second.
moment
Oh,
to
you
think
don't?
for myself.
Okay, so do you have your guesses for each other?
Give me.
Can I have two guesses?
No.
No. What? Only if the second guess doesn't count.
Can I have two guesses? 'Cause
Well,
I-
oh,
'cause
actually,
she's
if
in
you
the lead.
mutually agree to each get two guesses, you're allowed. Do you want to take that deal, though?
I feel like this benefits me more than her, so I'm gonna say yes.
Gretchen, are you willing to take the deal? Deal or no deal? That's an old show.
Sure, I'm just
Seal.
trying to remember the
Alright,
name
Seal.
that I'm trying to think of right now. I know what their voice sounds like.
Of course you do.
Can I
I thought you. I mean, it's
can I
crazy.
use Google?
Right now?
Yeah.
Sure. John, are you allowing this?
You're the host.
Well, I'm just saying, like, do you have any objections with logical reasons?
I have competitive objections.
That doesn't count.
So
I'll
no.
allow it. I'll allow it. It's crazy to me that you guys can, like, I swear, you guys recognize voice actors / actresses, like, off of, like, an eep noise. I swear. Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't know, it sounds like they're doing a
Okay.
really good job of sounding
did
like
have-
that character.
I did have her name correct.
Okay,
I'm struggling between two though. So.
it's fine. I also, like,
You're struggling between two for me.
okay.
Same.
First, well, okay, we will award, if the first guess is correct, we'll award an extra half point. You just get the normal point if you got it on the second guess.
All right. So I'm going first this time.
No, you went first last time.
Did I? Yes, I did. You're going
Gretchen?
first this time.
First guess.
Nana Mizuki.
No. It's a good guess. But
Miyuki
no.
Sawashiro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
She's the one I thought of first,
1
but
point
then
to
I was
Gretchen.
like, you listen to Nana Mizuki a lot?
Miyuki Sawashiro doesn't sing.
Alright, John.
No, Nana Mizuki.
Yeah, I know. If she sang, I'd listen to her a lot.
She voice acts.
Yeah. Kaito Ishikawa.
To tie the table, the score.
Mm.
Nope.
Daisuke Ono.
Oh, and the gap widens. Alright, well. So, John was.
She got on the
Miyuki
second guess.
Sawashiro.
Miyuki
Yep,
Sawashiro.
Miyuki Sawashiro. And Gretchen, reveal?
Mamoru Miyano.
Mamoru Miyano.
I was
Oh my
surprised that
God.
you didn't guess it!
I forgot he existed.
How do you forget Mamoru
To
exists?
be fair, he hasn't been in a whole lot recently, so
I know,
I
but-
haven't been talking about him
I mean-
a lot.
I
My random access memory couldn't find his name. Okay? He just wasn't an entity.
I find it funny, he's literally the only voice actor I could, like, name off the top of my head and, like, assign him to a role that I know him for. And I don't even know any of his other roles. I just know the one role of Okabe, and that's it. I literally, I kid you not, I cannot think of a single...
Utapri.
Yeah, but I didn't think of that off the top of my head. I was like, I don't know what he other... Like, you tell me that now, I'm like, oh yeah, he does. But, like, I don't think of it off the top of my head. I also, like, literally cannot... I remember Miyuki Sawashiro, but I don't know anything that what she's in. She's probably been in a lot of stuff I watch, but I just can't. Off the top of my head, I don't have any associations with it.
Well, Camilla.
Okay.
Misfortune.
Okay.
And that's all you need to know.
Alright.
And a bunch of other stuff, but.
Yeah.
Did she voice? I think she voiced Sadako Busujima, purple haired girl in High School of the Dead.
I know who Psycho Busujima is.
Yeah.
I do recall. She's pretty badass.
She voices someone in Grand Blue.
Did she voice Akeno?
No.
No? Okay. It's just, I always kind of associate Akeno and Psycho as similar. Probably just because I watched them in the same era.
Aranea Highwind.
Aranea from Final Fantasy 15, yeah.
It's so funny to me because I have a completely divorced gaming experience from you guys in that I play games in English pretty much exclusively.
Mamoru Miyano's in Persona 5.
Yeah?
My boy Ryuji.
The English voice actors are good too. I would have chosen
I'm
an
not
English...
saying they're not
I know,
good.
I know. I just find it interesting. It's like I'm so...
I'm just saying my favorite voice actor's in the Japanese dub.
I played Fates in English, and then we played Fire Emblem Warriors in Japanese, and it was far superior.
Alright, that's your opinion, buddy.
I played Final Fantasy 15 in both English and Japanese multiple times over. And I like them both equally.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't even dislike Japanese voice acting. It's just, to me, for whatever reason, that intrinsic, like, hearing it and understanding it immediately, I like in my games. And I also tend to like self-inserting in the game, so I think that might be a part of it somehow. I don't know. And the funny thing is, I'm not even any better at naming English voice actors, per se. Like, I can name you some of them, but I also, again, I can't say with confidence what roles they voiced in stuff that I've played.
I'm not even gonna say like the quality is better or worse. It's just like
I would argue that actually that one I would say if you were to argue that like objectively speaking, whether the voice acting quality is better in Japanese compared to English, I would say you'd actually that's the argument that I actually can kind of get behind.
Oh yeah, I mean I do think it's better in Japanese, but that's not what I'm arguing.
Yeah. Okay.
They just like the characters are different, and I like Japanese Camilla better than English Camilla.
Okay, you like their
Mile,
interpretations better.
mile.
Mm-hmm. You like their interpretations
I
better.
mean, it's always going to be difficult when you're translating a totally different culture into another culture.
That's another big thing.
Like,
There's
I mean, it's not just with Japanese media. Like, I've watched a bunch of French movies. If I'm going to watch a French movie or a French TV show, I'm going to watch it in French.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was originally done in French, so the voice acting, the intonation, the inflections, the emotions are going to be done in the way that the original creator wants. Whereas when you're translating it to another language, you won't always get the same amount of nuance.
I guess if your argument is it's the more authentic to what the creator originally intended, I guess I could see that argument. But I also tend to like the dub's interpretation of things sometimes, because like sometimes it's vastly different, but I actually prefer the English interpretation. Maybe that's me just being an America person, but
Don't get me started on how much certain Genshin characters have changed in English. I don't like it.
Okay, I'm not gonna go over the whole voice actor controversy shit that's going on, because that's a whole separate thing of like.
I'm not saying anything on the individual skill of the voice actors. It's the voice acting director who's in charge of that.
So that's
it's
a crazy
not,
thing.
It's not on the voice actors, obviously.
That's
like they're doing what they're told to do. It's the translation team and the voice acting director.
Mm-hmm.
But I just prefer the more like authentic. Also, when it comes to live action stuff, I can't stand it if the words are not matching the mouth moving.
So, let me put it this way though. So why don't you play Hoyo games in Chinese? Because if you're making the authentic argument, those are Chinese games.
Yeah, I know.
Right? Like those are different cultures.
Those are my bias.
Like, okay, so
from what I've heard, the Japanese and the Chinese are closer than the English.
I don't feel like we're cultural experts enough to know that.
If not Chinese with extra steps?
They have very different cultures, sir.
Yeah.
They also kind of hate each other sometimes.
Yeah. But Japan came from China.
The closest I think if you told any Asian country that like, oh hey, they're similar, most people would be insulted. It'd kind of be like if you told the Brits that they were similar to us.
I'm not saying they're necessarily similar, but you know, origins are origins.
I mean, all humans are 99.9% the same DNA-wise.
Yep. We have more in common than we will ever have differences.
Yep.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yep. But some people like to look at those differences as if they're the final deciding factor.
Yep. But there's also something to be said that what makes us individual is also beautiful as well, so. A lot of different things. We've got to be politically correct on this podcast.
Hive mind.
Assimilate. Anywho.
We will all cast this board wipe.
For those of you non-Magic players,
I
it's a card that makes...
I've heard enough of you guys every Tuesday that I know some vocabulary. Okay?
For non-Magic players, it's a thing that stays out that makes it so that any sorcery or instant spell, which is just what you typically non-Magic players would associate with just spells, can be copied and cast by everyone else. Must be copied and cast by everyone else at the table. So everybody gets a piece. It's basically just communism.
Yeah. It's true that it.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Some interesting. I don't know. I agree with the whole culture argument because like it kind of broke down once we got Toyo games, but.
Toyo's an exception.
I think
that's my bias speaking, but like if I'm watching anime.
Well, all
if I'm watching a Korean anime, I'm gonna watch it in Korean. If I'm watching a Chinese anime, I'm gonna watch it in Chinese.
I think yes and no.
Although I'm not as used to listening to Chinese, so it is a little.
Well, Gretchen, then you should just learn the language instead of reading these stupid subtitles, SMH. You're distancing yourself from the culture.
If
what
I'm
are you
watching
doing?
a K-drama, I'm gonna watch it in Korean, okay?
Yeah, and I know, and I'm more memeing on you than anything else, but I do think that, like, that argument kind of logically broke down for me, and I get where you're coming from to some degree, and I even see it to some degree, but I think that's also just mainly influenced by the localization team, and if they do a good enough job that, like, yes, you're never gonna have a one-to-one, but, like, you're not gonna have a one-to-one through subtitles. like that's just a flaw of translations and different cultures.
Well, not having a one-to-one through subtitles doesn't discredit her argument. It's just, if anything,
Well, but your argument was
bolsters
that,
it.
like, you are, I guess in terms of, I mean,
'Cause it's
you're
still-
gaining the meaning of the words from the subtitles, and I guess the intonation is part of it, so I guess you're a little closer, but I would argue that's pretty insignificant compared to the actual raw translation. I'd argue that how good a job the translation team does has far more of an impact than the I basically would say that the
subtitles changing like an idiom here and there,
Mhm.
or synonyms here and there is a lot different from a character's entire personality or
Yeah, but
vibe changing.
but good dubs don't change their personality. Is my point. Like, I'm saying a good
Then
translation.
there are no good dubs.
Damn, that's just flat out incorrect. But I
Well,
digress.
No, because I'm pretty sure. Well, this is there's never like never say everything, but like
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's darn near impossible not to do a little bit of personality changing with dubbing.
There's also the whole argument of that I'm thinking about it as I'm thinking about it is like, well, really, it's also just kind of your like. You can like one interpretation better than the other,
Yeah.
regardless of what's more authentic.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the original point? Favorite voice actor. Right. Okay. Anywho, I could be here all night trying to argue for dub, but
Also, if you're familiar with the language even a little bit, like,
Mhm.
you
Oh, it helps.
I've watched a lot of anime. I know some like Japanese, like a little bit, and sort of like
mhm.
I have sort of like a vibe from it.
Yeah.
Like I can tell when subs are bad and when they're wrong. Even though I don't understand the language,
Mhm.
I can be like, okay, this isn't exactly what they're saying here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I kind of know how the characters are actually saying. Now that's a specific example of me with Japanese
Right.
anime.
Right. It's
And,
something that
like-
you're very intimately familiar with, as opposed to
Yeah.
yeah.
And like it's enough with me at least to understand. Like I play a lot of otome games, and they don't have English dubs.
Mhm.
But I've consumed enough of the language.
Mhm.
I've received some amount of instruction in the language
Right.
as well, and like it's enough for me to tell like, okay, that's completely different from the exact words that they said, but the English words that they're giving me still give the same meaning,
Mhm.
as opposed to that's not at all what they said, that's the opposite of what they said, that's just where did they get that from.
Yeah. It's also hard because, I mean, with cultural differences,
you
there's
don't-
things that just straight up don't make sense.
Yeah,
Like
you don't
not even
have
just like
to,
phrases, but just like things that like what someone might consider inoffensive in one culture might be considered vastly offensive in another,
Yeah.
and like you have to make it like a proper translation would be choosing something that is not exactly what the words say, but is of equal offensiveness or whatever, or tone or whatever, right? But yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm a big dub defender. I like to consume my games in it, but I also am not like an exclusive dub watcher or anything. I rarely watch any anime dubbed, so I know. Anywho, I had something to say, but I completely forgot it now.
you know what I don't understand? When they change characters' names like completely. When
That's-
they're localizing
I-
something
I-
to the West.
I don't know the inner details, but in my experience and opinion, that is generally speaking either a poor localization team thinking that it will be more acceptable to a wider audience and not thinking about what audience they're targeting. Like, it's interesting because, like, you can get a dubbing team that thinks they're targeting more mainstream Americans when they're really targeting hardcore weebs with what the source material is. So they really shouldn't try and target more towards a mainstream American audience, but then they do, and like it would fit for a more mainstream American audience, but not for weebs. Weebs don't want to see that.
The only place I feel like I haven't seen it is with Otome games.
I haven't seen what?
Changing character names. Aside from the like live service mobile games, they all change the names except for like the Ikemen series. The names are the same. My other Otome games, the names are the same. But like Fire Emblem, they changed the names a lot. Not all of them, but a lot of them they changed the names. Final Fantasy, a lot of the names. The most annoying one was in Final Fantasy 15. So there's a character named Cindy in the English dub. They call her Cindy. Her original name is Sydney, as a reference to the character Sid, okay?
That
because she's Sid's granddaughter. But for the American, they're like, no, the English dub, they're like, I don't know, that's too hard for them or something.
What I will say is,
also Luna Freya is a very like important character. Originally, her name is Luna Freyna, but they're like, no, change it to Luna Freya.
That I actually get. That makes sense to me.
Why?
Because Freyna doesn't like. That's not. Luna Freya sounds like something that you like, as an ignorant American, sounds like. Oh yeah, that's a name. Maybe not necessarily an American name, right? But like, Freyna sounds off. The extra N in there, for whatever reason, like instinctually to me throws me off a little bit. It doesn't sound as much like a name.
It's still, that's the name they chose
Gretchen,
for her.
Gretchen. What were the series you just mentioned? Final Fantasy.
And Fire Emblem.
And what are those? Very popular mainstream games that have a big Western demographic. The translation team was definitely targeting more of a mainstream audience. You can find a lot more Final Fantasy and Fire Emblem fans than you could of generic Western fans than you would of like some random, I don't know, specific weeb game.
But
those are pretty broad audiences.
These characters don't have like super Japanese names.
I know they don't.
Like super Chinese names. So I'm like,
yeah, but like Pokemon names are completely different.
Like why go through the and like finding out that Fire Emblem characters just have completely different names. Like Jacob in Fates. I'm pretty sure his name, it's either Jacob or Niles. In Japanese is Zero.
Yeah, because again, they're playing.
It's still an English word.
They're playing towards a more mainstream audience. Yeah, but if you told a random American person like, oh yeah, this person's name is Zero, they'd be like, what the fuck? If you tell them it's not
games that work with characters with weird names.
You guys are thinking from the perspective of people who are very actively into video games and play a lot of Japanese games and watch anime. You got to think from a broad.
No, that doesn't hold up for Zero, Alan.
I think it does.
I'm pretty sure you can find American-made games with characters named Zero.
Oh, I'm sure you could. But again, it's what audience you're playing to. Like, would those games be particularly playing towards a generic American audience?
I don't think changing the name from Zero to Niles is gonna make it any more acceptable.
Again, I'm just telling you what the localization team's thought process is and going through it. Because they're obviously.
We know their thought process. That's not what we're debating. We're saying it's bad.
Well, you're also asking why though. So.
And
why is a rhetorical question for we know why they're doing it. We disagree with it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Leo, his name in the Japanese is Leon.
Yeah.
Leon versus Leo.
Yeah, that's one where I don't get it as much.
It's that N, that dirty N.
See, that one doesn't bother me though. That one I'm like, I'm like, why did they change that? That doesn't really make much sense to me. Leon, because Leon is like just a name.
Yeah.
And so is Leo.
What I'm saying. It not only happens with characters who have
that one passes
very
the vibe check.
Cultural names.
Yeah,
versus characters that are given fairly common names in the English language that they still have to change for some reason, and they don't even change all of the characters' names. Some of them they leave the same. Some of them they change by one letter. Some of them they change by completely different within the same game.
There's definitely.
Why?
There's definitely a high variability in the level of dubbing / localization process where I've had somewhere I'm like, this is not good. I'm just like, there are games that I do play in Japanese, and I'm like, the localization team messed up here. This is not good.
Even
And
like Love and Deep Space. I mean, a lot of times I don't even like the names that they choose for the characters in English. I'm like, really, you chose that one? Like, really?
really, you chose
Really?
that
Out
one?
of all the cool names you could have chosen for this character, I don't know. Like Zane's name is in Chinese is Li Shen, which is not at all difficult to pronounce. But they're like, no.
Considering how
We
mainstream
gotta
Love and
change.
Deep Space went, though, that did end up hitting crazy mainstream. And that
His
part...
name in Japanese
well-
is Ray. Both very easy names to pronounce.
I know, but what I'm saying is like that may have been part of the reason why I was more
Oh,
successful.
yeah.
I wouldn't know whether enough about it, whether or not
Yeah.
that actually did play a large part in it. But what I do know is they did do that change, and it did really hit in the mainstream. So, is it correlation? Is it causation? I don't know. Definitely, probably a little bit of
Welcome
both.
back, Cecil.
And Cecil joins us once again.
We are over an hour on recording.
Oh, okay. Man, we only went through like a few. I enjoyed this actually. I kind of want to do this again for the other ones that I didn't get to.
Yeah.
I enjoy learning about my friends. Shockingly enough, that's crazy. Who could have thought people I've spent years being friends with, I would like to hear more about them.
He's really just parked
Really
himself there.
You really just...
He's like, I'm here now.
Yep. See, he knew the podcast was ending soon. That's why he was just like, he had to get up there.
You know, like, people say cats can sense death. It's like he's sensing the end of this episode.
You sense the end of the episode.
The death of the host of Alan.
I mean, yeah, I'm not hosting next week. That's true. Alright, well,
As far
we
as
didn't
you
get
know.
very far.
Surprise golf rules, Alan wins.
Be crazy. I did consider putting myself in as like a candidate where if I could guess that I
Yeah,
would get
did you
points.
guess any of these correctly? I want to know.
Oh no, I was completely wrong on like all bases
Okay.
aside from maybe Miyuki Sawashiro and Mamoru Miyano. And I don't know if I would have gotten those on the first guess. Wow, you are really parking yourself here, huh?
He doesn't care about
He didn't
personal
like me
space.
touching his tail.
Mm.
He doesn't care about personal space except for when it's his personal
He doesn't like his
space.
tail touching my neck, but you touching his tail.
Yeah.
It's a matter of the intent. It's like, I'm not intending to touch him. He's touching me.
Or he wanted to say hi. Nope. There you go.
Aw. We love Cecil here. But yeah, aside from that, and even if we assume that I got those on first guess, which I don't think I would have gotten Miyuki Sawashiro on first guess because I probably just wouldn't have thought of any names. You know, again, the only voice actor that I can remember is literally Mamoru Miyano, and that's because you foisted so much content of him onto me. Which is not a bad thing, to be clear. I love him. He's great. But, so I would have maybe gotten like 1.5 points from that, and I don't know that I would have gotten anything else. Because we went over music genre. Oh, I might have gotten J-pop. Might have gotten that one. Even though that's 2 points, so I would have beaten you. I guess.
Wow.
But I would not have beaten Gretchen, that's for sure. And I definitely would have had no clue about... You've mentioned the Silmarillion before, but I would have not remembered that off the top of my head. And No Way in Hell, Dragonology /
Well, Lord of the Rings was
Lord
my
of the
actual
Rings.
answer.
See, I probably would have guessed Lord of the Rings for you. And then I don't know what I probably would have guessed like Warriors or something for Gretchen, and I would have gotten 0 points for both of you. So, well, yeah, I would have gotten like maybe 2 points. Anywho, final score: Gretchen 3, John 2. I gave you an extra half point for something that I can't remember.
Yay.
That means Gretchen is the winner. Do you have a winner speech?
No.
I'll make one for you. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I don't want chicken for dinner. I want french fries now.
I was gonna say or when I didn't get you right with like burger and fries, I was like, she likes chicken tikka masala. Is that good enough?
I
to
like
get
a
it?
lot of food. There's a lot
Yeah.
of food out there, and a lot of it is delicious.
Before the
Making
ending.
me choose one is criminal.
My first thought was just gonna be cheese. I'm gonna be honest.
Just cheese!
If you have a meal and there's cheese on it and the cheese is supposed to be on it, I'm probably gonna like it.
Bro, cheese is good. I will say that.
I
Definitely
made
enjoy
some meat
cheese.
and cheese burritos for lunch today. good.
Fries
Turns out
with cheese on them is like 200% as good.
Turns out the pizza wheel, great for heating up tortillas. Except I did heat mine up a little too much in there.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Leave Your Brain at the Door podcast. Next time, Gretchen will be the host, and I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.